Hello everyone, my name is Ronan X, and today I'm going to be bringing you a tech chase guide with Ken. So starting off, I'm also going to be going over like what you can do out of a tech chase and how to effectively jab blocking what you can do out of a jab block. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with what your options are out of a jab block first, so you know how to effectively punish when you end up in these situations, because you probably ended up in them a lot and didn't know what to do. So first off, what I like to go for is I like Light Tatsu a lot, because starting at 38, it starts sending into a low angle tech chase. So what I like to use the jab block with is his up close forward tilt, which is this move right here. The reason this move is so strong is it jab blocks and it can special cancel. So super strong option. So here you go. You can do this. You can jab block with this twice, and then you can special cancel in any move you want. You can special cancel into crescent. You can special cancel into shoryuken. You can, and one of my personal favorites, down tilt cancel, down air shoryuken. And it can lead to a lot of damage, as you just saw. He just went to 101. Whoops, I messed it up. Like that. You can also go for, like, you know, all the other like crescent mix-ups I showed before in my other videos as well. So now let's talk about how do you get a tech chase. So like I just showed you at 38 how you can get it with light Tatsu, and it has to be input Tatsu, because light Tatsu without the input will not send him into a tech chase. So it must be input light Tatsu. Super important to do that. Another one I like to go for a lot, which is really good at low percents, is this setup right here. So down smash itself starts sending into a low angle tech chase at 20. And out of this, like what I like to do a lot is I'll dash forward and I'll keep myself right here at this distance. Now let me explain why. At this distance, I can react to get up attack, roll away, and roll in. If they land the tech, I can pretty much do the same, except it makes it easier on them to kind of make sure I don't get a free punish afterwards, unless they tech roll in. If they tech away, they get away from, you know, a lot of the pressure, but they end up putting themselves in the corner when doing so. So, a good combo from zero, just to kind of give you an idea of how to set this up, you can go for this one right here. And then boom, we're right here. We're right where I told you. What combo I just did was up tilt, up close forward tilt. Okay, no, it was nair, up tilt, up close forward tilt, and then I did crescent, down smash. And it looks a little something like that, and it puts him at like 48 damage, which is pretty nice. So that's a really good one to put them into a tech chase. And the great thing about that is, right out, if you get good at, like, you know, reacting from this distance when they're in that tech chase, you could open them up and take them all the way to 100 and have them in the corner, all from one opening. So, and I mean, you don't even have to do a jump in there. I mean, you can get this, you can get other setups at, like, you know, higher percents than that, like say, you know, 15. Like you can get dash forward, jab, down smash, and it starts working. I just wanted to show you something at zero. Like there's this setup can work, you know, all like pretty high. Well, actually, maybe not that high. Probably because once you get the higher percents, it can still be true, but you have to wait a second so their model actually comes down a bit. Because a lot of times, like, you'll go for the down smash too soon, and it'll miss like that. But if I wait a second, whoops. I'm messing it up, but there it is. I only got the first jab, but you get the idea. But, you know, if you just don't want to risk that, I'm just going to go into another one you can start going for tech chases at whenever you get around this percent. Is heavy crescent kick. So heavy crescent kick starts to send at low angle tech chases starting at 30. Like that. And again, just like with down smash, you can dash forward and put yourself right at this distance again to where you can kind of react to what they're going to do. Okay? So, and the great thing is like I showed you with down smash, how sometimes they're, like when you're doing the combo, their body can go over it. If you're just not comfortable doing that, you can just go And now you set it up again, except you don't have to take the risk of, oh god, down smash might miss, you know? Against heavier characters, it's not that big of an issue, especially fast followers. Fast followers, you don't have to worry about that till like later percents. But that's a good alternative to set up for it. Plus, it's all true. It's all true. And it can lead into some nasty stuff. Okay, moving on. So, showed heavy crescent. Now, oh yeah, heavy jab. Not a very well-used move. But it also starts to send at low angle tech chases, starting at 30, and you can kind of follow up as well. See? So like, if you see someone like you read a dash in or something like that, and you like fade back with a heavy jab, you can set up for a tech chase as well. And the great thing about using this as an option, it doesn't have a lot of lag. It's good for like stuffing out options. It like covers high and low, and if they run into it, yeah, like boom, they're in a tech chase now. Definitely a move that I'm trying to start implementing more myself because of how long this hitbox stays out. Like, look at this. Look at this. Like, it just stays out forever, and it just stuffs out burst options so well. Okay, so, another one. Roundhouse kick. Not one I use very often for tech chases, but I just want to show it because it is an option. It sends a low angle tech, not exactly low angle, but it does send into a tech chase for a pretty low angle, starting at like 10. And it only works for like a couple percent afterwards. I thought I'd throw this in here so you knew. But around like 30, it starts to send it like a bit higher. Honestly, I wouldn't really go for that much because I feel like there's better options, like down smash at that percent, but it's an option. Okay, so back air, back air, back air, back air. So something you can do with back air, it starts working at like 25. What how I set up for this a lot is like if I read my opponent like shielding a lot, or if you know, I read a ground option and they like, you know, they dash under me or something, I'll jump right above them, and then I'll land back air, and then I can like dash forward with like a Hadouken or something like that and get a follow up. Super strong, super strong. And the great thing about the option select is, say if they shield and you're right behind them and you can just kind of pressure them from behind. Or something I see Takira do a lot. He's a Japanese Ryu, Japanese Ryu from Smash 4, but a Ken player now. Super strong option he uses is like he'll land back air and then he'll instantly Tatsu towards them. But it's a little bit weird because if you hold the direction when you do it, you'll sometimes like Tatsu this way. So it's smart to like after you hit the back air to let go of the analog stick and then input it so that you can go the direction you want. I know it's really weird, kind of stupid, but you can still do that and you can get some nasty follow-ups out of it. And that like right there, that was a good corner carry combo. I just kind of improv there. Okay, so now let's talk about the good stuff. The super good, not as situational stuff. Well, okay, the light Tatsu thing definitely isn't situational. The heavy crescent kick thing isn't situational. That's pretty consistent. And the heavy jab one is pretty situational because you have to read it, they have to dash into it. But get my point. So let's talk about Nair. So we'll start at 55. So, sweet spot Nair, which is the knee hitbox. Once you hit that, it sends at a super low angle. This is the one Nair sends the lowest angles that are hardest to tech. But you can set up into stuff like this. Like, if they don't tech that, like, they're going for a ride. And even if they do tech that, you're right on top of them, and you can still, even if they tech it, you can still follow them. Again, if they, you know, tech on the ground, you can down tilt. If they tech roll in, you can autocorrect, and if they if they tech roll away, you can, you know, read it that way as well just by dashing. And because you're right here, you can kind of react to that. Just the big thing to realize is don't be preemptively hitting a button when you're in a tech chase situation like this. They have to act first. You act second. So it makes it easier to react. If you just wait for them to do something and then do something, it makes it easier instead of preemptively doing something. The reason I keep stressing this is I see a lot of Kens, and not just Kens, but Smash players in general go for a tech chase, but they'll be buffering something before their opponent even does anything while they're in the tech chase, which makes it super inconsistent. It makes it seem more like a read instead of a consistent punish. Anyways, so yeah, sweet spot Nair starts to send at a low angle tech chase starting at 55. Now, let's talk about the front hit, which I call sour Nair because it sends at, one, it doesn't have as much knockback, and two, it's just weaker. I don't actually know if I guess that would be a sour spot, but I don't know. I just naturally think sweet spot's a stronger hit, but whatever. So it starts at 70. And again, you can just kind of, like if you read like someone jumping in and you just space yourself right outside the range and just short hop Nair, Boom, you got a tech chase, and you can get a jab block. So that's super, super strong. And, you know, you don't have to just do it raw either. I mean, you have combos into this as well. One I'd really like to do is up tilt, crescent, nair. And you can get stuff like that. And then there's, you know, sometimes you can just do up tilt twice. You know, something like that. I didn't time it right, but this setup probably would be better not to start at 70. Probably better to go for like something like 80 or so. You know, something like that. So yeah, like Nair is super good. Probably one of the best ones just because of the angle it sends them at if you can set up into it. So yeah, and like I said, whenever you land this, okay, now you know how to land it. Now you know, understand like the act second when you put them in a tech chase. You understand the combos you can get out of it, how to jab block. The number one thing I jab block with is still light up close forward tilt. It's just too good. It does 7 damage by itself. So like 2 of them is like 14 damage, which is super nice. And you just essentially end up carrying to the corner. So the reason I pretty much made a whole guide on tech chasing is because I see it as the future of Ken's punish game. Because like, I mean, the stuff that a lot of people are doing are still good. Like, they still have strong corner carry combos, but you can corner carry with better with tech chases and benefit more off of your opponent's panic options when you put them in the situation, instead of just doing, you know, basic bread and butter stuff to just kind of pop them in the air. Which, you know, that's still good. That's still good. But if you actually know the percents and have them memorized for when they start to send in tech chases, especially in like against high high end of like mid weights to heavyweights, that's whenever you start to really steamroll your opponent. Also, to clarify a little bit more about what I mean by act second whenever setting up in a tech chase, that doesn't, I definitely should have stated this not to confuse you, but that mostly goes for follow-ups out of tech chases that you can't necessarily get on top of them with a jab block. Moves like such as like down smash, because I can't necessarily jab block them, you know, because, you know, I don't have enough time, and like heavy crescent, like stuff like that. You know, that's when you mostly need to focus on acting second and staying at this distance and just kind of reacting what they're going to do. Just to clarify, whenever you can just kind of go for the jab block is whenever you get something like I said with Nair, because you can kind of just go for it, and if they do tech in place, I mean, it doesn't have a ton of lag, so it's safe to go for that. And if they do tech in place, or if they roll, you can still react. So okay, I just wanted to clarify that real quick. If it's something like down smash or heavy crescent that sends them kind of at a far away tech chase kind of deal for like a corner carry setup, do the setup where you stay right outside of like roll distance so you can react. If it's something like Nair, or you know, something like Nair or light Tatsu, go ahead and go for the jab block, and then just kind of be ready to option select if they tech. Okay? All right, there we go. Here comes the montage. And that will be the end of this guide. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to all of you who've been supporting me with your subs and, you know, liking my videos and everything like that. It really means a lot to me. When I first embarked on making these videos, I did not expect to get this much support, and I'm glad I'm able to help you guys get better at the game. Please consider stopping by my Twitch at RonanX1819 at twitch.tv to come and play with me and learn from me personally. I answer all the questions you can possibly answer. I mean, all the questions you can possibly ask, excuse me. Also, all my lab findings and everything is still on Twitter, so consider following me there as well. And if you're new to here, please drop if you in this video helped you, please hit that sub icon and hit the bell on your way out. Any questions, drop it in the comments section. I'm RonanX, and I'll see you next time.